Hi there, I'm John Lithgow, class of '67. I'm delighted to speak to all of you alums on a subject on which all of us have the same opinions. I just love singing to the choir, preaching to the converted. Janet Singer and Lisa Ulrich and David Rabkin have asked me to contribute a little humor to these proceedings, which could easily turn very grave. These are not humorous times. But I've spent the last few years writing these 3 Dumpty books, doing everything I can to get Donald Trump voted out of office. And by God, it worked. So they came to me to help out in this marvelous initiative that they've created, and all of us are so grateful to them for doing. I've written a poem in exactly the same vein, just for this occasion, and I only just finished it. And I'm going to read it to you. So, here begins the humorous portion of this not very humorous occasion. My poem is called The March of the Imbeciles. Behold this imbecilic crowd, flushed and hectic, coarse and loud, frenzied zealots, rash and raucous, sired by the Freedom Caucus. Every crank and alt-right crackpot hit the D.C. Beltway jackpot. Watch them strut and hear them crow at frail democracy's overthrow. McConnell leads his Senate faction, trumpeting their gross inaction, with his staunchest gang of all, Cotton, Hawley, Cruz, and Paul. Kevin McCarthy falls in line, undeterred by lack of spine. Jim Jordan preens and fulminates cheek by jowl with foul Matt Gaetz.
Joining us now are Florida Congressman Ron DeSantis
and Matt Gaetz. Thank you both for being with us.
A dynamic duo from their days as congressmen in Washington, and both card-carrying members of the Trump fan club. Matt Gaetz was DeSantis' biggest cheerleader when he ran for governor of Florida. Gaetz' allies poured thousands into DeSantis' campaign.
But I thought it'd be right to bring my good friend Ron DeSantis right here to Okaloosa County.
Hi, Ron DeSantis.
And when Ron became governor, he picked none other than his buddy Matt to lead his transition team.
I'm proud of my friend and Governor Ron DeSantis.
But now, Matt Gaetz is in hot water.
Gaetz had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old.
Gaetz showed lawmakers photos and videos of nude women he claimed to have slept with. Gaetz shared the images on his phone while on the floor of the House.
Yet Governor DeSantis is refusing to answer questions about his friend.
Gosar spouts his racial panic, echoed by Elise Stefanik. On comes Marjorie Taylor Greene, QAnon's anointed queen, while Lauren Boebert, with a curse, yanks a pistol from her purse. Flanked by lawyer Sidney Powell, screeching like a wounded fowl, by her side, in stained Armani, marches Rudy Giuliani. Ginny Thomas joins the females, firing off her reckless emails. Clarence, though, withholds his veto with a wink at Sam Alito, cueing chants and cheers and more such, Barrett, Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch.
We are going to appoint justices of the United States Supreme Court who will uphold our laws and our Constitution.
Donald Trump is now the 45th President of the United States of America. As President, he has the constitutional power to nominate and appoint justices to fill vacancies on the Supreme Court. Ultimately, though, if you care about gay rights, if you care about women's rights, if you care about human rights, Trump's potential nominees should shock and frighten you. How likely is it really that Democrats will be able to win a Senate race in Arizona, Mississippi, Nebraska, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, or Wyoming? But still, there is a chance that Democrats could win the 3 seats they need to gain a majority. If they don't, or if Trump is able to win a second term, then the Supreme Court will almost certainly shift dramatically to the right and stay that way for decades to come.
These 3 names are loudly brayed all throughout the long parade. But someone else commands the day, holding sway from far away, the man the marchers fear the most, Mar-a-Lago's tyrant host. There he sits and plots and schemes, sozzled by his dynastic dreams. Cowering to this gross buffoon, the rabble marches to his tune. So how can good order be quickly restored? Clearing the streets of this lunatic horde. How can we purge this malignant infection and carry the coming November election? This is no time to be passive and lazy. We've had quite enough of the cruel and the crazy. For starters, the simplest thing you can do is stand up and be counted when crimson goes blue.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous...
Thanks. You know what to do.